we come together, a collection of stories for you to hear, a group of some pretty fantastic Juice Plus representatives from all across the world, each with their own unique story to tell, because we believe in telling our stories to make your story better. Our hope is that you hear a piece of yourself inside one of their stories, and you begin to see the heart of who we are and why each one of us has an unbending belief in our community and this business opportunity. And the best way to kick off today is by featuring none other than one of our own community's most well-respected, brilliant minds, Dr. Mitra Ray. Dr. Ray is a biochemist, an author, and an uber health advocate. She walks the walk and she talks the talk. And when she speaks, we listen. And I'm pretty certain after you hear her, you'll understand why.
What does it mean to live a life that matters? Many people today feel lost about how to best improve their own health and the health of those people that they love, lost about how to make income doing something worthwhile, lost about finding community and maybe finding meaningful relationships. That was me when I was 30 years old. From the outside, it certainly looked like I had it together as a successful young scientist who had published in major journals and had received prestigious awards. But on the inside, I was lost, and I didn't know that I was lost. I was also experiencing health challenges. I would suffer from excruciating back spasms made worse by hovering over a microscope all day. And I had given myself an ulcer by the time I was in my 20s from taking ibuprofen all the time. I was also spending money that I didn't have on weekly physical therapy. I had started a juicing regimen in an attempt to better my health. It was at that time that somebody brought me a brochure on Juice Plus. As a scientist, I caught on right away that it was possible and that the technology existed to put whole food powders in a capsule. In fact, I was really upset that I hadn't thought of the idea myself. As I was juicing in the kitchen and in the lab, I was using similar technology to dehydrate cells. The first thing that impressed me about taking Juice Plus was that I could take it in the first place, even on an empty stomach, because I could not take isolated vitamin pills. My digestive system just couldn't handle that. Today, I've never felt better. And as I was funded by the National Institutes of Health and the American Cancer Society to find causes and cures for cancer and Alzheimer's, I was honestly surprised to learn that so much of disease could be prevented in the first place by whole food plant-based nutrition. I felt as I had been struck by lightning with this realization. I found a new purpose in my life to educate people on how plant-based nutrition assists the body's natural desire to heal itself. My vision was to share this with as many people as possible. I was also intrigued by the business model. And while most people start part-time and work this business in stolen moments, it wasn't too long before I dove in. And when I dive in to something, I really dive deep. It was then that I chose to pursue another line of education, to master what it takes to be an influencer and to lead a team of people who share the same passion as me. The products became the catalyst to change my diet over time, and the business became a catalyst to become a human being and to live a life that mattered. I wanted to help this company become number one in their category of whole food plant powders. Today, we are indeed the number one clinically researched product of its kind in the entire world and the number one product of its kind in a capsule in the world. I invested much time and energy into my business and have built something meaningful. I've actually exceeded my income goals that I set back in 1994. This has allowed me to fund my endless thirst for knowledge as a lifelong learner. I have had the time and the money to attend everything from functional medicine conferences to becoming certified in holistic practices such as yoga and Reiki. My husband is Doug Barlow, who's also a PMD+, and together we have been able to raise happy, healthy children who have a special outlook on life as a result of growing up in this community. I have truly exceeded my dreams. My real challenge has been to dream bigger and bigger over the last 26 years. Fortunately, I'm that kind of a girl. So today, I see myself as an elder in this community. Appropriately so, as Jay Martin has honored me with the Founders Award for my efforts. What I love most about our company is the people. Several years ago, Paulo Teixeira, our CEO, said our job is to protect and nourish our Juice Plus bubble. What has been amazing for me to watch is that since March of this year, how this community has supported one another. It is more apparent than ever that people are looking to feel more secure about their health, which simply means getting more plant nutrition into their body. People are also starving for a community that has a sense of purpose and to live a life that matters. As a founder, I hope I inspired you to take a closer look at what the Juice Plus company has to offer you. As Doug says, if you want to change your relationship to time, money, or your health, or all of the above, you owe it to yourself to take a closer look. I like to stay close to the fire, which means get plugged in and stay plugged in, because this fire is hot, hot.
2 years ago, an enthusiastic massage therapist, full-time business owner, mom, and wife made the decision to say yes to this opportunity. Meet Alicia Bruder, a contagious energy, a working professional, someone who loves horses, and she tells me that she is actually a professional 4 and 5 leaf clover finder. Man, I want her kind of luck. Take it away, Alicia.
Thank you, Jamie. I am so grateful to be a part of the Juice Plus community and to share my story with all of you today. As a child, I grew up in a home where wellness was not a focus, nutrition was certainly not an awareness, and once I became a mother, I knew that I wanted to raise our children to honor their bodies and to be conscientious of their food choices to create lifelong healthy habits. Fortunately, we did experience good health. But I quickly realized that getting in enough variety of fruits and vegetables was not as easy as I had planned. And we did not have a strong support system around us of others who were health conscious. As our children grew, I became worried about so many other families we knew who were going through health challenges. I was worried about putting life on pause because of back-to-back colds and ear infections. I was worried that at some point we would experience the lack of energy and depression that so many others talked about. It was at this time that one of my massage clients came to me and said, Alicia, you have got to take a look at Juice Plus. Now, what really got me excited was that Juice Plus was actually food, and it even has a nutrition label on it. It's backed by research, and it's an easy solution to a difficult problem. Today, I am happy to report that I have confidence and peace of mind that we are nutritionally fit. My husband and sons rarely experience a cold, and if they do, it is so mild and short in duration. My menstrual cramps and sporadic bouts of inflammation have greatly lessened, and we have the ambition and the energy to embrace each day just like I had always envisioned. But my story, it doesn't end there. Because 2 years ago, I found myself searching yet again, but this time it was for purpose. See, I had built a very successful massage practice, one that is still running and I am very proud of. But once I achieved that, I found myself just going through the motions, knowing I was still meant for more. I felt frustrated and stuck. I knew that I still had decades of work ahead of me. There were other gaps too, like no camaraderie because I was working alone and no benefits, which was a heavy burden to me that left me feeling like I wasn't providing security for my family properly. Once again, another client who was also a Juice Plus partner asked if I had ever thought about selling Juice Plus. I had never been a part of a direct sales company before, so the thought just didn't even occur to me. As she started to fill me in on what being a partner could look like for me, it was as if the Juice Plus company had a calling just for Alicia Bruder. I signed up that very night. Getting my husband to understand what was drawing me to this industry took a little bit of time, But as he watched my dedication and enthusiasm day after day, and as he watched me gush over customer testimonials, paycheck increases, and achievement recognitions, he joined me on this mission. And he is now making sure that he can take on more than his share of child responsibility so that our business can flourish. Now I am a part of a team who have become dear friends. I am surrounded by the personal development opportunities that I was craving. There is a robust benefits package within my reach. I get to share a simple solution of whole food nutrition with other families who are searching for hope, just like we were. And I have a new purpose of introducing this unique business model to other professional women who are searching for more, just like I was. But do you want to know what I'm most excited about? It's the dreams. It's the dreams that we are able to start brainstorming to become a reality because I said yes to this business. Those dreams include making a generous contribution to our favorite museum in Arizona so that we can be a part of a new exhibit for everyone to enjoy. We love to watch nature shows about monkeys and gorillas in Africa with our sons, and now we feel like we can actually begin planning a family vacation there because of this second stream of income. We are inspired to be an example for other families to leave a legacy for their children and community, that there is another way versus trading time and money that works if you just apply your heart and effort. Now, I want to ask you, what are the dreams that you can create that maybe you never thought would be possible? Because I can assure you, that was me, and it is possible. So if you resonated with how I grew up, or if you can relate to the worry I felt as a mom and wife wanting to protect her family, or if you can understand what it's like to still have more to accomplish in this life, then I encourage you to fulfill those desires through our Juice Plus community by becoming a partner too. Thank you for being a part of my story.
Our next featured speaker is Kathy Simmons, a lawyer for more than 30 years and a parent of a special needs child. Kathy is the ultimate professional. You will admire the manner in which she speaks, her wisdom, her grace, and her poise. But I got a little fun fact about Kathy for you. Kathy shared with me that once in college, she successfully had 2 dates at the same time and the same location. Boom. Apparently, this lawyer also has strategy. Kathy, take it away.
Thanks, Jamie. I was not looking for an income. I've been an attorney for 30 years. That's been my identity. I absolutely was not going to sell things to my friends. What made me decide I would rather go from being proud that I'm a lawyer to being proud that I'm a leader in this company, creating supplemental income from home, is what I'd like to share with you. I'm very grateful for all that becoming a trial lawyer and practicing law has taught me. I wanted to do something I'd be proud of. My parents were both practicing physicians, and I wanted to do something when I started my career that would help people, that would create significant income, and that would make me proud to tell people that what I did for a living. I wanted to do something when I started my career that would help people, that would create significant income, and that would make me proud to tell people what I did for a living. Something that helped people, served people. And truth be told, I wanted to make my parents proud of me. Well, what girl doesn't want her daddy to be proud of her? I want to share with you for a few moments what excites me about the Juice Plus company. First, let's talk about the product. When a treasured friend told me about fruits and vegetables in a capsule, I was skeptical. It's in my nature, and it's in my training. Like most of us who take care of our bodies, I ate pretty well. My plate was colorful and balanced. And, could I say I ate the recommended fruits and vegetables every day? Every day? I watched this woman's family getting healthier as she gently stood by with her message of good nutrition and lived out the company's mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. And my family wasn't getting healthier. So maybe she was smarter than I thought I was. In the 8 years since we started eating Juice Plus, we've been so grateful to suffer fewer sicknesses, start craving healthier food choices, see better performance on the athletic field, and dear to every special needs mother's heart, to see progress in our children who struggle. It is truly the best 10-second habit we have ever started. Now let's talk about the business some. I am a book person. And as a book person, I have read lots of books. Right now I'm reading Secrets of Six-Figure Women. And I have a lot of takeaways. We could talk for hours, but I just want to hit a couple of highlights. First of all, success is not a solitary journey. It begins with a decision to declare an intention to attract supportive people into your life and to be willing to let go of those who are not supportive. Second, and this one really resonates with me, women who are in the long game to earn six figures have resilience and audacity. Now, if you just recoiled a little bit because I said the word audacity, let's look at it. Because if you believe I'm a book person, and you should, then you better believe I'm a word girl. The first definition of the word audacity is a willingness to take bold risks. The second definition is that more common one, rude or disrespectful behavior, that how dare you thing. And maybe there's just a little bit of both. 24 years of parenting, 24 years of autism parenting, with our first child having been born with autism, has given us lots of bloody noses. We've had lots of altered hopes, deferred dreams, many things. I'm going to start that over. My husband and I have had 24 years of autism parenting. And through that, we've had lots of bloody noses, lots of altered hopes, lots of deferred dreams. You know, many things can fuel people's success. Fear, proving someone right, proving someone wrong. But I think for me, audacity has been my fuel. How dare I question doctors' expectations for my children? How dare I question teachers who told me that my children disrupted classes? How dare I? How dare I? How dare I not? I'll tell you how dare I not. The most successful people feel the fear and they do it anyway. I don't want to be intimidated by fear. For me, it took facing the challenges of my children's struggles and pairing those with the deepest desires for a career helping people that made me proud and created supplemental income to realize that I could take off the golden handcuffs that doctors and lawyers typically wear, and I could still expect income. You know, we're a fun group of people. The person who invited you to watch this is probably someone you admire and like. Maybe even a treasured friend like the one who was patient and gentle with me when I was a skeptic. But to be very real, if my dad were still alive, I'd like to hear him say, "I am so proud of you, Kathy." And I think he would. As a physician, he cared about people's health. And he had a very entrepreneurial streak. He had a fun side. If he'd ever understood about Juice Plus before he died, if he'd seen his daughter changing people's lives, doing something that she loved, I believe his words to me would have been, "Well done, little girl." You're never too old to want to hear that.
You'll hear from Mary Kate Claudius, who I refer to as MC. MC is an entrepreneur, a business owner, and a speaker. And she shared with me that once she jumped out of a plane over the New Zealand Alps. It's that kind of courage that no doubtedly fueled her Juice Plus story and her Juice Plus experience. But mark my words, her story will astound you. As a business owner, what she's been able to overcome will demonstrate to you the resiliency and the heart behind our mission. MC will be blessed by you.
Hey, I'm Mary Kay Claudius. I'm an entrepreneur and a mama of a fabulous 6-year-old in Baltimore, Maryland. And I'm here to talk to you a little bit about what our life was like before we were introduced to Juice Plus. So before we started eating it, I thought we were pretty good eaters. I mean, we weren't perfect by any means. We didn't have 5 perfectly laid out balanced meals a day. And we certainly didn't get all of the fruits and veggies in that we needed to, but we also weren't doing fast food or processed food a whole lot. So I figured we were doing the best we could. However, we were sick. My daughter and I felt like we were always sick. In fact, she gets sick for like 3 or 4 days. I get sick for 3 weeks. And you know how that goes, right? So it's follow-up doctor visits and antibiotics and time off work and time off school and well, before schools were out. But still, I mean, it was a nightmare. And I personally had a lot of digestive issues, indigestion, irregularity, a lot of bloating, just feeling really uncomfortable, and a lot of weight gain. Not just since she was born, but and then unfortunately I got back some bad labs. It turns out I'm pre-diabetic. So, I felt like as a full-time working mom, a business owner in fact, that I just was in this unbreakable cycle of feeling like, there wasn't ever enough time or energy to do what I knew I needed to do to fix all those things.
Our next speaker has this uncanny ability to light up a room just with his energy and his smile. Welcome, Henry Lee. Henry currently resides in the beautiful state of Hawaii, and he is an emotional intelligence coach and teacher. Henry shared with me that he applied as the biology teacher for the astronaut position for NASA's mission to Mars. It doesn't surprise me at all that Henry's always reaching for the stars.
Thanks for that kind and creative intro, Jamie. So yes, I am from cold, snowy heart of America, Ohio, but currently suffering here in Hawaii for the month. But just like many of you, I graduated high school, set out to college, and landed my first job. I became a teacher. So a quick shout out to all the teachers out there, of booger-eating preschoolers all the way up through hot Cheetos-obsessed high schoolers and daily ramen college students. You teachers are on the front lines working your tails off every day, many of whom are underpaid and underappreciated. So I just want to take a second to acknowledge you, because I've been there, and you have one of the most important and respectable professions that exists. So thank you. For me, throughout my 14 years of teaching in the classroom, volunteering at church camps over my summers, and coaching every club and sport imaginable, God taught me several things about myself. One, I was really good at doing a lot of stuff, which totally affected my physical being and my way of being. I was a FOMO workaholic, fear of missing out, if you know what I mean. I wasn't putting on my own oxygen mask first, not taking care of myself, not eating right, which led to acne and pits in my face. I was eating antibiotics and vitamins on a daily basis, and I mean, that's really the only reason why we eat vitamins, right? It's because we know we're not getting the right nutrients from fruits and vegetables on a daily basis that we should be eating. But even so, I still had acne and inflammation in my joints, even in my young 20s. And I was like, Henry, what's going on? Like, is this normal? Another lesson that God taught me was that he made me realize that what I really wanted in life was to meet someone, have kids of my own, and give them the life that I never had as a kid. Like the experience of traveling the world, immersing them in diverse cultures and the immense beauty of this planet. Things that I may have had as a child growing up if it wasn't for breast cancer bringing everything to a halt in our family when we lost our mom just before my 12th birthday. So in 7th grade, as the oldest of 4, I immediately became a parent. And you see, it was at that point that I learned to measure my value by how many things I could do. And maybe you've been there too, or maybe you still measure your worth by checklists and how much you can accomplish in a day. But in a go, go, go lifestyle, you may have resorted to what I did well into my 20s and 30s. I fueled myself with a never-ending cycle with what I refer to now as fast food, junk food, and processed food. But thank goodness, in the busyness of my life, someone was brave enough to share Juice Plus with me. And at first, I tried doing it on my own. I gathered some of my friends and we tried doing a juicing challenge. And wow, I had no idea about the drawbacks of the cost, the cleanup, the sugar content, the intense process, and the quality, quantity, and variety of groceries on a daily basis that's required for that. It's one of the best things that you can do for your body, but it's so difficult and many challenges, all of which, by the way, Juice Plus Capsules has actually solved. And for the first time, I realized in my life that you are what you eat. A cliche that I used to teach in the classroom and that we've all heard before. In fact, you have likely said it yourself before, but it's actually so important and true. And that's when I made this simple change. Instead of building my skin from greasy burgers and fries, I switched over to a plant-based diet. And I started eating Juice Plus consistently. And I say eating because you take medicine and vitamins, but you eat food. And that's exactly what Juice Plus is. My complexion began clearing up. And when I started eating the gummies, I didn't actually realize that there's research that shows that Juice Plus improves skin hydration, skin thickness, and circulation in skin capillaries. You are what you eat, right? The inflammation in my joints from marching bands, snowboarding, volleyball, I feel better in shape going on into 40 than I've ever felt. And I didn't even know about the tons of Juice Plus research on reducing systemic inflammation by leading medical universities all over the planet, like MD Anderson in the Cancer Hospital down in Texas, and Yale University, just to name a few. To supporting the function of my immune system, to improving cardiovascular markers, you name it, I've experienced all of it. And so you better bet that I'm consistent on eating my Juice Plus before noon every day, and again an hour before I go to sleep every night. But it didn't stop there. When Juice Plus was shared with me, I immediately recognized how selfish it would be if I kept this secret to myself. So today, I consider this my ministry. It's a community of mission-driven, ordinary men and women sharing the gift of hope, of healthy lifestyle changes that I've adopted so I look great and feel great too. And at the end of the day, who doesn't like to feel good from the inside out and look great too? And through consistent coaching that I've received from my Juice Plus mentors and the doors that it has opened up to dive into this journey of personal growth and discovering my purpose and my passions, learning that my posture determines my presence, and that I can be playful yet professional at the same time, that I can step into the power of my gifts and my presence. I love getting to teach every day something that my friend Lori calls generational wellness and empowering others to do the same. And now, more than ever, I realize I have a responsibility to live up to my name. You see, Jamie introduced me as Henry, but my middle name is actually Gafe. It literally translates to family, bright, shining chariot of light. And so this is me delivering a chariot of light to you watching today through these two simple calls to action. One, for 2021, stop doing and start being. Shift into putting your own oxygen mask first by making a simple change with the food from which you build your body. You are what you eat. Two, be brave. Be brave in sharing this gift with others. Steve Jobs, the creator of one of the biggest dynasties of today's tech world, shared this on his deathbed just before he died as a billionaire at age 56 from pancreatic cancer. Eat your food as your medicine. Otherwise, you will have to eat medicine as your food. Remember, you are what you eat, and it can all start with one simple change. Thanks for listening and allowing me to share my heart with you today. Back to
Speaking of teachers and coaches, meet our next featured speaker, Latasha Oliver, a life coach and former personal trainer. Latasha has a heart to serve and impact others. I'm certain those of you watching probably can relate. The idea of helping others is inspiring. Latasha tells me she was born and raised in Florida, even lived overseas in Izmir, Turkey. And believe it or not, she has never seen snow, has come close to seeing it, but has never seen snow. I bet you Northerners and Midwesterners out there watching are probably laughing right now. Let's put our hands together for a warm welcome for Latasha Oliver.
Thank you so much, Jamie, for that great introduction. Yes, I am Latasha Oliver, and I am here in the sunshine state of Florida. And I am so excited and honored to be with you today to share my experience and my journey with the Juice Plus Company. I started with the company back in April, so it hasn't even been a full year that I have been with the company, but I have had amazing experience. I've been running my Juice Plus business while also running my coaching business at the same time. See, I'm a certified holistic life, health, and law of attraction coach. And I've also been working full-time as a project manager administrator in the HR department for one of the top big 4 companies in the country. I'm also a full-time mom. I have 2 amazing boys, ages 19 and 13. And my oldest son is actually a partner with the Juice Plus Company as well. See, I started back with the company back in April, but to be honest, that wasn't the first time that I was introduced to Juice Plus. My Aunt Lynette introduced me to Juice Plus about 3 years ago. And at the time, I was just not interested. I was one of those that actually said no to this opportunity when it was presented to me. But of course, over this past year, a lot has changed. And practicing social distancing, things have been a little different. So my aunt, she was actually sharing some pictures and videos of her picking collard greens from her indoor tower garden. She shared those pictures and videos with our family in one of our family chats where we were continuing to connect. And to be honest, as soon as I saw that, that is what sparked my interest, because I'm like, wait a minute. Right now, in these times, I need that. I need something where I can grow my own food and secure my own food source without having to go anywhere else. So I called her the same day to get the information. She shared information about Juice Plus and the company and the Tower Gardens again. She also got me in touch with the Zoom call that was all about Tower Gardens. I saw the business opportunity to become a partner, and as soon as that call was over, I was ready. I signed up immediately, and I purchased my own Tower Garden from myself. I became my own customer and my own Juice Plus as well. Then I was on a mission. I was on a mission and had a strong passion to help as many families secure their own food source and grow their own food by owning their own Tower Gardens. My passion was so strong that within 48 hours, I had already reached so many people that I received my very first promotion. And I hadn't even received any of my products yet. I hadn't gotten my Tower Garden in the mail yet. No Juice Plus, no nothing. I just had a passion to make sure that I reached enough people to make an impact. About 20 days later, I got my second promotion. So that's how fast I really took off with this opportunity. Now, when I did get my product in the mail, that started something else. So I started taking Juice Plus, and I also got my son's order for free because I did the Family Healthy Starts program. And when I started taking Juice Plus, I honestly was not looking for any major changes or anything with Juice Plus. Since I'm already a certified health coach, I thought I was pretty healthy, right? But to be honest, I'm in my 40s. I've already hit menopause. So you're talking about hot flashes, not sleeping good at night, even some separation in my gums. So your hormones actually affect your dental, if you didn't know that. I didn't know that until it happened to me. So when I started taking Juice Plus, I had some amazing results. The very first day I started taking Juice Plus, I slept good that night. That was the first time I slept good in years. And then after about a week or so, I noticed that my hot flashes started to diminish. And then after about a couple of months, I noticed I had to think about the last time I had a hot flash, and that's huge. For you women, I know you understand where I'm coming from. So my results have been like amazing with taking Juice Plus because it helped to balance out my hormones. Now, everyone is different, and your Juice Plus results may actually be a little different, and they may vary. And we don't claim to make any healthcare claims, but we can honestly say that when you flood your body with good nutrition, there's a good chance that you'll get good health results. So for me, taking Juice Plus and incorporating a healthy lifestyle really helped to balance out my hormones. And I've been in the health and wellness industry for a while, most of my life, really. I spent over 10 years in the fitness industry as a personal trainer, fitness instructor, and operations manager of 2 fitness facilities. I actually started coaching back in 1998 when I lived overseas in Izmir, Turkey. I coached the cheerleading team over there for the full 2 years that I was there. And then it was later when I came back to the States that I became certified in the fitness industry. And then I started my coaching business in 2016. So I've been in this industry long enough to where I've seen a lot of different things, a lot of different ways to improve your health and everything. I can honestly say that Juice Plus has really given me a lot of benefits. And that is why I rave so much about it and have been so successful, because I know the different choices that we have out there. So with Juice Plus, I really started sharing Juice Plus after that with everybody, my family, my friends, and my clients even. So when I introduced Juice Plus to my dad, now this is what really changed our family. My dad is on dialysis. He's had quadruple bypass surgery. He's had a stroke, high blood pressure, you name it, he's got it. But when he started taking Juice Plus, the very first week, he called me to let me know how amazing he felt. He had so much more energy. He said he had never felt that great, and he couldn't even remember the last time. And when you're in dialysis, they do constant lab work, constantly looking to see what your numbers are looking like. And all of his lab work started to improve, even his kidneys. Now, that is huge because he's on dialysis. And you know, when you're on dialysis, that means you're going years of kidney failure. So him incorporating Juice Plus and practicing some of the healthy lifestyle habits that I talked to him about, he was actually able to improve his health. Now, Juice Plus helps feed your body with plant-based good nutrition, and a body well fed is going to function better. So now, when I first started with the company, my passion was so high. that I actually stayed on the phone with my leaders, Johnny and Beverly Grandison. I stayed on the phone with them every single day. I asked questions. We did connection calls. I studied everything in the freedomrevolution.com site. And again, I was working full time, running a coaching business, full-time mom, and doing everything, right? So again, in my first month, I promoted twice. So let me ask you, if you knew that you could actually potentially change someone's life by just introducing them to one simple change, would you do it? Whether you're still working a full-time job or you're already an entrepreneur, or just looking to grow your own food and secure your own food source, or get the benefits of juicing without actually having to juice, I invite you to make that one simple change today in your life. And join us as we inspire healthy living around the world. Thank you.